Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kirpa classes. Our today's topic is cyber security is a broad concept. After going through this course, the students will understand that cyber security covers network security, web security, wireless network security and mobile security. The students will understand that by addressing network security, web security, wireless network security, and mobile security, the organizations can establish comprehensive security measures to safeguard their digital assets and maintain the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of their systems and data. The students will understand that cyber security is an ongoing and ever evolving field that requires constant vigilance and proactive measures to counter the evolving threat landscape. The students will understand the various steps involved in incident response. They will also understand that incident response process is a crucial component of an organization's cybersecurity strategy. The students will also understand that the organizations also have to comply with various cybersecurity regulations and standards. The students will learn that the aim of cybersecurity regulations and standards is to protect sensitive data, avoid legal and financial consequences, and build trust with customers. Now, the topic before us is cybersecurity is a broad concept. Cybersecurity is a broad concept that includes specialized areas including network security, web security, wireless network security, and mobile security. If we implement security measures across these areas, the organizations can enhance their overall security posture and the organizations can protect their digital assets effectively. Cybersecurity measures also include incident response plan and compliance with laws and regulations. Now, first of all, we will discuss network security. What is the meaning of network security? Network security refers to the protection of computer networks and the data they store or transmit from unauthorized access, modification, or destruction. Here are some key aspects of network security, or in other words, we can say that we will now discuss various network security measures which the organizations can take to protect their networks from cyber attacks. First is network access control. As the name depicts, access control mechanisms ensure that only authorized individuals or devices can access the network resources. For that purpose, we can implement strong authentication methods like opting for strong passwords, multi-factor authentication, digital certificates, and role-based access control. Next point is network segmentation. Network segmentation is the process of dividing a network into smaller and isolated segments. By network segmentation, the spread of malware or unauthorized access can be contained and restricted. Network segmentation minimizes the impact of security breach. Next network security measure which we can take is firewalls. A firewall is a device or a service that acts as a gatekeeper for the network. It decides which packets of data should be allowed to pass through and which one should be blocked based on the predefined security rules. A firewall can be a hardware, software, or both. Next is virtual private network. It is a technology that provides secure and encrypted connection over the internet. VPN masks your IP address. VPN allows users to browse the internet privately. VPN creates an encrypted tunnel so that data transmitted between devices is protected from eavesdropping. You can see here that a tunnel has been created. VPNs are commonly used to enhance privacy, security, and anonymity when accessing the internet or connecting to private networks. Security awareness and training. This is one of the main measures which we can take to protect our network from cyber attacks. Human factors play a significant role in network security. We should educate our employees about best security practices such as use of strong passwords. We should make them aware of phishing attacks as well as social engineering attacks, and we should make them aware of safe browsing habits. This type of employee education and training greatly enhances the overall network security. Next point is intrusion detection and prevention system. Deploying intrusion detection and prevention system helps in monitoring network traffic for suspicious or malicious activity and taking immediate action to prevent and block identified threats. Some organizations use IDS. IDS means intrusion detection system. The purpose of this system is only to detect any malicious activity. Some organizations use IPS, intrusion prevention system. Its purpose is to take immediate action to prevent and block suspicious activities. And IDPS is the improvement over both. It performs both the functions of both IDS and IPS. Now, the next security measure to protect our networks is backup and disaster recovery. It may happen that a cyber attack may be there on our network. For that, we should already be prepared and we should have regular data backups and disaster recovery plans which are vital for network security. Next is regulatory compliance. Organizations often have to comply with specific industry regulations or data protection laws and privacy requirements. Network security measures of the organizations must align with these requirements to protect sensitive data and maintain legal and regulatory compliance. These aspects or measures which we have discussed form a holistic approach to network security. The aim of all these network security measures is to protect network infrastructure, data, and resources from various threats and weaknesses. We may add that we have already uploaded many courses such as tips for crafting engaging speeches, good communication skills, how to manage stress, job publication, job application format, unlocking the power of mental wellness, mastering Heron's formula, most common mistakes in English grammar, 13 useful resume writing tips, what must be in your CV, resume or biodata, past tense, future tense, and many more. You can also look. Now the topic before us is wireless network security. What is the meaning of wireless security? Wireless network security refers to the measures and practices implemented to protect wireless networks and devices from unauthorized access, data theft, and other security threats. As wireless networks transmit data over the airwaves, they are inherently more prone to attacks than wired networks. So there is need to implement appropriate security measures to protect wireless networks and the data transmitted over them. Here are some key aspects of wireless security. That is, now we will discuss some of the wireless security measures which we can take to protect the wireless networks. First is encryption. What is the meaning of encryption? Encryption is crucial for securing wireless communications. It involves encoding the data transmitted over the wireless network so that only authorized parties can decipher it. Decipher means decrypt it, because when the data has been transmitted, it has been encrypted, and when it reaches the other side, the other person needs to decrypt it. Ensure that your wireless network is using Wi-Fi protected access 2 or Wi-Fi protected access 3 encryption. Avoid using outdated and insecure encryption protocols like WEP. Next security measure which we can take in respect of wireless networks is authentication. Authentication means only authorized users can access the wireless network. For this purpose, we should use strong authentication mechanisms such as strong passwords, digital certificates, multi-factor authentication, or biometric. It will help to ensure that only authorized users can access the network. To create a unique and complex password for your Wi-Fi network, a combination of letters, numbers, and special characters is recommended. Next point is network access control. Implementing proper access controls helps regulate which devices and users can connect to the wireless network. This involves using techniques such as media access control address filtering, which allows or denies access based on specific device identifiers. Next measure is wireless intrusion detection and prevention systems. We can deploy wireless intrusion detection and prevention system, which is a comprehensive security solution. So in this way, the organizations can enhance the security of their wireless networks, as these systems detect and prevent unauthorized attempts or other malicious activities in the wireless network. Next point is network segmentation. It is an important strategy for enhancing wireless network security. Network segmentation involves dividing a network into smaller, isolated segments or sub-networks to limit the impact of potential security breaches and control access to sensitive resources. Virtual local area networks and subnetting are often used together to achieve network segmentation and ensure more secure wireless network. Next point is regular firmware updates. Now, what is the firmware? Firmware is a type of permanent or semi-permanent software that provides the necessary instructions for the hardware to function properly. We should keep our wireless access points, routers, and other network devices up to date with the latest firmware and security patches. Regular updates will help protect against known weaknesses and security loopholes. Next point is disabling WPS button. The WPS, that is Wi-Fi protected setup button, is typically used to simplify the process of connecting devices to a Wi-Fi network, but it can introduce potential security vulnerabilities. Disabling the physical WPS button on your wireless router or access point is generally recommended for wireless network security. If you choose to disable the WPS button, make sure to provide alternative methods for connecting devices securely, such as using strong Wi-Fi passphrases and following standard Wi-Fi authentication procedures. Eighth point is physical security. We should secure the physical access to our wireless network devices. We should keep routers and access points in locked areas or cabinets to prevent unauthorized physical access. Next point is user education. We should educate network users about good security practices, such as avoiding connecting to unsecured or unknown networks, being cautious of phishing attempts, and regularly updating the devices with latest security patches. By implementing these wireless security measures, organizations and individuals can significantly enhance the security of their wireless network and reduce the risk of unauthorized access, data breaches, and other security threats associated with wireless network. Now the topic before us is web security. Web security means the practices and measures taken to protect websites, web applications, and web services from unauthorized access, data breaches, and other malicious activities. Web security ensures the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of web resources and the data they handle. Here are some important web security measures. First is secure authentication. We should implement strong and secure authentication mechanisms such as two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication or biometric authentication to verify the identity of users accessing the website or application. Next point is access controls. We should implement role-based access control to limit access to the sensitive data. Next point is web application firewalls. A web application firewall is an important component of web security. Web application firewalls detect and block common web attacks such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and cross-site request forgery. Next point is use HTTPS. We should use hypertext transfer protocol secure to encrypt the data transmitted between web server and clients. That is, we should avoid using HTTP. Use of HTTPS protects sensitive information from unauthorized access, interception, and tampering during transmission. Next point is strong password policies. We should use strong password policies such as requiring a combination of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, special characters, etc. Encourage users to use a unique and complex passwords and avoid using the same password across multiple websites. For creating a strong password, we can take the help of a website strongpasswordgenerator.net. Next point is operating system and software updates. We should keep the underlying system of our web software up to date with latest security patches and updates. Additionally, we should ensure that all software components such as web server software, the CMS, plugins, themes, and frameworks are updated regularly with latest security patches. We should regularly check for the updates and apply them promptly so that we achieve the latest security updates. Next point is security education and awareness. We should educate web application users about common security threats such as phishing and social engineering attacks, password hygiene, and the importance of reporting suspicious activities. Next is regular backups. It is also one of important web security measures which we can take. We should perform regular backup of our website's data and ensure that they are stored securely. Backup can help us in case of a security incident or data loss. The backups will enable you to restore your website to a known good state. Next point is security testing and vulnerability assessments. We should conduct regular security testing and vulnerability assessments to identify and address potential security weaknesses and vulnerabilities in web applications. Remember that web security is an ongoing process and it requires continuous monitoring, updates, and improvements to keep up with the evolving threats. Now, the topic before us is mobile security. Mobile security means the protection of mobile devices such as smartphones, tablets from potential threats, weaknesses, and unauthorized access. We are using mobile devices for various purposes, and the usage of mobile devices is increasing day by day. The number of mobile devices the world over are also increasing, and we are using the mobile devices for storing sensitive data in them. So it becomes all the more important for us to protect our mobile devices so that we may protect our personal information, business critical data which is stored in our mobile devices. The key aspects of mobile security include: first is device lock and authentication. We should implement strong device lock, such as we should use strong passwords or biometric authentication such as fingerprint or facial recognition to prevent unauthorized access to the device itself. We should avoid using guessable passwords or sharing them with others. Next point is software updates. We should regularly update our mobile device operating system and applications to ensure that we have the latest security patches, bug fixes, and feature enhancements. Outdated software can contain many weaknesses that cyber criminals can exploit. Next point is app security. We should download mobile apps from trusted sources such as official app stores, for example, Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and we should be cautious of malicious apps. Be cautious of apps that request unnecessary permissions or exhibit suspicious behavior. Fourth point is app permissions management. We should review and manage app permissions on our device. We should grant only necessary permissions to applications. For example, if we download a flashlight app on our mobile device and the said app requests for access to our contact list or photographs, we should consider that this app is suspicious and we should deny the permissions. Next is mobile device management. If we are using mobile device for work purposes, we should ensure that it is enrolled in a mobile device management system. MDM solutions help enforce security policies, manage device configurations, and remotely wipe data if a device is lost or stolen. Next is secure network connections. We should use secure Wi-Fi networks and avoid connecting to public or unsecured Wi-Fi networks that expose our devices to risks. We should use virtual private network when accessing sensitive data or conducting transactions over public Wi-Fi networks. Next security tip for mobile devices is data encryption. We should enable device level encryption to protect sensitive data which is stored in our mobile device, even if our device is lost or stolen. Encryption ensures that even if unauthorized individuals gain physical access to your mobile device, they cannot access the encrypted data without the decryption key. Next is mobile device security software. We should install a reputable mobile device security software such as antivirus and anti-malware software that can detect and protect our mobile device from malware, viruses, and other mobile specific threats. We should keep the mobile device security software updated for the latest protection. Next point is secure data backup and storage. We should regularly backup our mobile device data, including contacts, photos, documents, and important files. We can use secure cloud storage or encrypted external storage to safeguard our data. Next point is remote tracking. Remote tracking is a mobile security feature that allows users to locate lost or stolen devices. It is crucial to configure and activate remote tracking features in advance. It will ensure that, and we should ensure that the device is connected to the internet for effective tracking and remote control. Next point is user education and awareness. There is need to educate the mobile users about common mobile security threats such as phishing attacks, malicious apps, and mobile malware. They should be educated that they should not click each and every email which may download in their email inbox. There is need to tell them that they should not reveal sensitive information if there is any message from any organization to reveal the same. Educating mobile device users about best practices for mobile security, including not clicking on suspicious links or not to download apps from unknown sources, avoiding public Wi-Fi networks. Next is remote wiping. We should enable a remote wiping feature on our device to erase data in case our mobile device is lost or stolen. It will ensure that sensitive information does not fall into the wrong hands. By implementing the mobile security measures, users and organizations can enhance the security of their mobile devices and also protect the data which is stored in the mobile devices. It will reduce the risk of data breaches, unauthorized access, and other mobile related security incidents. Now, the next topic before us is incident response. Now, what is the meaning of incident response? There may be a cyber attack on a organization. The organization has to think in advance what will be the response if a cyber attack happens. They have to think in advance and make a plan that these persons will be responsible for taking appropriate steps and what type of actions will be taken to ensure that the minimum damage is done to the organization and the organization is able to recover from the cyber attack quickly. So now we will read in actual what is the meaning of incident response. Incident response is a plan used following a cyber attack. IT professionals use incident response plan to respond to security incidents. Incident response refers to the systematic approach taken by an organization to address and manage security incidents effectively. Incident response involves a series of actions and procedures designed to detect, respond to, mitigate, and recover from security incidents in a timely and controlled manner. The security incidents may include data breaches, network intrusions, malware infections, denial of service attacks, or any other cybersecurity event. The incident response team is responsible for implementing the incident response plan in the event of a security incident. The incident response team includes representatives from IT, legal, public relations, and other relevant departments within the organization. Now, we will understand what is the importance of incident response plan. An incident response plan plays an important role in organizations' cybersecurity. It is vital for organizations to be fully prepared before an incident occurs to limit the damage of a potential attack. The cyber attacks are increasing in frequency, scale, and sophistication. A cyber attack or data breach can cause huge damage to an organization. A cyber attack can potentially affect its customers, brand value, intellectual property, and time and resources. The aim of incident response plan is to reduce the damage an attack causes and help the organization to recover from the cyber attack as quickly as possible. Now we will discuss in detail incident response process. While the exact steps of incident response process may vary from organization to organization and on the basis of the nature of the incident. However, here is a general outline of the incident response process. That is, we will now discuss the key steps involved in the incident response process. The first is preparation. This phase involves establishing an incident response plan before an incident occurs. It means that it is not that this any incident has occurred and we will now think what to do. We have to make incident response plan beforehand. We have to form an incident response team and providing appropriate training to incident response team. This phase includes outlining the roles and responsibilities of the incident response team. It also includes outlining the procedures for identifying and reporting incidents. It also includes that strategies for containing and recovering from an incident are planned in advance. Regularly review and update incident response plan to account for changes in technology, threats, and organizational structure. The second step is detection and analysis. The phase focuses on detecting potential security incidents, use intrusion detection system, security information and event management systems, and other tools to identify potential incidents. Timely detection allows for a swift response. Analyze the detected events to determine if they are security incidents. We should classify the incidents on the basis of severity and impact. Next step is incident containment. It is a critical phase in the incident response process. When an incident is identified, take immediate actions to limit the impact and spread of the incident, that is, to prevent the further damage or unauthorized access. We should disconnect affected systems from the network, blocking malicious traffic or disabling compromised accounts. Eradication. In this phase, the root cause of the incident is identified and eliminated. It may involve removing malware and patching weaknesses. The goal of this phase is to ensure that incident does not reoccur. Next step in the incident response process is recovery. After the incident is contained and root cause is eradicated, the next step is to restore the affected systems and data to their normal operational state. This may include restoring data from backups, rebuilding compromised systems, or implementing additional security measures to prevent similar incidents in future. Next step is conducting post incident review. It means that when the incident has happened and the necessary steps have been taken, and we have to conduct why the incident happened, we have to analyze, to understand what happened. We have to make the details of the incident. We have to document the actions taken and what was the effectiveness of the actions which were taken. It also includes identify the areas for improvement in the incident response plan, processes, or preventive measures. On the basis of the review, update the incident response plan. This review helps the organization to handle future incidents effectively. Next step is reporting and communication. Preparing incident reports to document the incident, its impact, and response activities. communicate the incident to stakeholders, including management, legal counsel, and relevant authorities if required, share information, and collaborate with external entities such as law enforcement agencies or incident response organizations as needed. Next step is training and testing. Regularly train the incident response team and relevant personnel on incident response procedures, roles, and responsibilities. Conduct tabletop exercises or simulated incident scenarios to test the effectiveness of the incident response plan and identify the areas where improvement is required and to ensure preparedness. Next step is ongoing monitoring and continuous improvement. Incident response plan is an ongoing process. Continuously monitor systems, networks, and logs for future incidents. Regularly update incident response plan on the basis of the lessons which have been learned from the past incidents and also on the basis of technological advancements. Conduct regular training, drills, and exercises to keep the incident response team prepared and updated. Stay informed about industry trends, best practices, and regulatory requirements to enhance incident response capabilities. It is important to note that incident response can change depending on the organization's size, nature of the industry, and specific requirements. The steps which we have discussed provide only a general framework, and the organizations may tailor them to suit their unique needs. Throughout the incident response process, there is need for effective communication, collaboration among incident response team, IT staff, management, and other relevant stakeholders. In conclusion, the incident response process is a crucial component of an organization's cybersecurity strategy. Incident response process involves a coordinated and systematic approach to detect, respond to, and recover from security incidents effectively. Now, the topic before us is cybersecurity compliance and regulations. Cybersecurity compliance means making sure that an organization's computer systems, procedures, and rules follow the laws, regulations, and standards that are meant to keep them secure. Cybersecurity compliance includes things like protecting sensitive information, preventing unauthorized access, and following industry specific guidelines for cybersecurity. The cybersecurity compliance demonstrates to the stakeholders that the organization is taking reasonable steps to safeguard its IT systems and the data stored therein. Some common cybersecurity compliance frameworks and regulations that organizations may need to comply with include General Data Protection Regulation. This regulation is a European Union law that governs data protection and privacy for individuals within the European Union. Next is payment card industry data security standard. This standard has been formed by big payment card companies such as Visa card, MasterCard, and this standard has been formed to protect the data of credit card holders. The organizations which are dealing with credit card payments have to comply with this standard. Next is Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This law in United States sets the standards for protecting sensitive patient data in the healthcare industry. Next is Federal Information Security Management Act. This law in United States establishes information security standards for federal government agencies. Consulting with legal and cybersecurity professionals can provide valuable guidance in achieving and maintaining compliance. Non-compliance can result in legal and financial penalties, damage to reputation, and loss of customer trust. Now we would like to conclude this course. Cyber security is a very broad concept which includes the specialized areas such as network security, web security, wireless network security, and mobile security. The scope of cyber threats is growing. No organization is immune. There is need to adopt cybersecurity best practices and use latest technologies to protect critical systems and information from cyber threats. The key cybersecurity measures include strong passwords, encryption, firewalls, access control, regular backup, security awareness, and training. An incident response plan plays an important role in organizations' cybersecurity. Incident response process ensures rapid detection and containment of security incidents, minimizes damage and downtime. Compliance with cybersecurity regulations is vital for organizations to protect sensitive data, avoid legal and financial consequences, and build trust with customers. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course. If you like our video, please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you.